What is he doing? What is he doing? Or is this just politics? I don't know. Good morning, Tracy writes, LOL is early. Cruther writes, good morning, brown skin checking in. In what way will that impact council? Like if he decides to step down, does he just not run for another 4 years? Does he vacate his seat to someone who he hopes will be able to hold on to the seat? Is this really just like I want to see if people like me moment? Let me put this out here and see if people call my office and say, no, Kevin, no, don't leave. Kevin, we need you. I don't know what it is. Brittany writes, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Avery. Good morning, sir. Deanna writes, is that picture with Hillary or a cutout of her? Rashida writes, good morning. Which picture, Deanna? Which picture? The one for $10,000 at John Cranley's home? I've never gone to Mr. John Cranley's home. I've never been invited. I do believe he lives in Hyde Park. And many of you who live in Cincinnati know that Hyde Park is one of those neighborhoods where, people who've got a little money or a lot of money live there. Really, if you've never come to Cincinnati, come see Nathan Ivey. I'll give you a tour of Cincinnati that'll just blow you away. The real Cincinnati. And the one thing about Cincinnati, I'm not too sure about other cities, but Cincinnati is very, very unique. Very, very unique. And outside of neighborhoods like, Hyde Park and maybe see Mount Adams, and I'm thinking about areas around the city, okay? Other than those kind of areas, outside of those kind of areas, Cincinnati is very, very interesting in the sense that you can go, listen, I can drive you to a street in a neighborhood in Cincinnati, and you'll feel like it's damn near the suburbs. You'll see $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 homes. You'll see people walking their dogs. It's like there's music in the air. Literally, I can drive from that street and drive 2, 3, 4 blocks typically in any direction, and you got boys on the block posted up, bench pressed in cinder blocks, okay? We're serving fiends. It's just like a whole nother world, and there's a lot of neighborhoods in Cincinnati like that. Hyde Park isn't one of them. That's not one of them. In Hyde Park, you'll be like, what in the hell? You'll drive through there like, what in the hell? I never knew this place existed. And I don't know, it's just like music's playing all the time in Hyde Park. It's just little angels are singing to you. Money's growing on trees. No one locks their doors. Everyone knows their neighbors. Okay? And that's where Hillary Clinton is going to meet up with everybody. Anybody got 30 G's to spot me? Okay? If I get close enough to Hillary, then I'll ask her some really tough questions. I promise you that. 30 G's, that's it. That's amazing. The wealth disparity in this country, really in this area, is amazing. It is amazing. If push came to shove, do you have 30 G's laying around so that you might be able to go to the special VIP meet and greet? If not, how about 10,000 G's? You got 10 G's? You got 10,000? 10,000 G's. You got $10,000 to? No. How about $1,000? $1,000, a stack. And that'll get you entry. Would that get you some food? Or will you just get in the door? So again, the wealth disparity in this country is amazing. It is. And it's really the problem. The problem is the huge wealth disparity, because when people have more and they feel as if they've got some purchasing power, and when they're working every day and they're coming home and maybe they're raising a family and they feel as if they can get ahead, they feel better. They're less stressful. And I think that when people are less stressful, then they're going to, it's going to reverberate, throughout all the folks that they know, their children, their family, the workplace. And I just think that it'll make the community a much better place. But that's just me. Okay, Brent writes, the media is broadcasting the candidates in both the Libertarian and Green Party. Waste of time this late in the campaign season because they wouldn't give them the airtime to debate the other party candidates and present their platforms. Waste of time. The media is part of the corporate conglomerate that controls politics. Well, I mean, listen, Brent, I'll give you this, man. You certainly got a good point when you say it's late in the game. It certainly is. And I agree with you. When we're having the presidential debates, there should be the candidates for all of the major parties there, all of them, the Green Party, Libertarian Party. But then what happens is, so what's the threshold? Is it fair to say that if you want to get on TV, that you have to have a certain percentage of popularity, with the electorate or with the folks in the primary? I don't know if that's fair or not, but that's how they set the rules up right now. And really, we know this. The Republican and Democrat Party have conspired together to push out the Libertarian and Green Party from those presidential debates. As a matter of fact, there is a commission. It's called the Commission for Presidential Debates, I believe. Many years ago, I spoke to a man who wrote a book all about the fraud and the shenanigans that goes on. And so essentially what this commission does, and they've got an equal number of Democrats and Republicans, is that basically they set up the presidential debates. They set up the rules. They decide who's going to be a part of it. And if you're representatives of the Democrats and Republicans, the last thing you want to do is open up the door to a third party. So there it is. That's the reality of it. It only appears on some levels that you have a choice. Rashida writes, after this is over, they're going to have Congress checking their phones at the door like they're at an Alicia Keys concert. They don't want the people to see all of their crookedness. Yet the Republicans are already trying to spin it and say it's a publicity stunt. They refuse to acknowledge the validity of the message. That's right. Yeah, the Republican Party, I mean, really, this is a Republican Party tactic. It really is. But this is what they do. Last night they were saying it was historic. It was historic. Never before have you had members of Congress who were staging a sit-in. I thought, really? Then what the hell are y'all doing up there? Brent writes, that sit-in was nothing more than political posturing. That's it, Brent. You're not going to get the Democrat Party, any more credit than that? Come on, man. He writes, this is an election year. They know damn well if the Senate voted the gun reform measure down, there is no way in hell the House will pass it. They are conservative deep. By the way, the Republican speakers always shut C-SPAN down when there is a controversy. Boehner was good for doing that, and Ryan is following suit. Then what the hell good is C-SPAN? So you're telling me that the Speaker of the House can just at any point decide, you know what, turn the cameras off? What? What? I've got to investigate C-SPAN. Talking about they don't have control over their monitors. Really? Good morning, Shannon. Good to see you. Angela's in the house. She writes, good morning, good people. Good morning to you. Good morning, Brittany. She writes, good morning, everyone. Deanna writes, yes, the one for 10 G's. Okay. James writes, Cranley's home is in Mount Lookout. Is it? Thank you for that. Tracy writes, example, going from East Walnut Hills to Fairfax in Evanston. Right. Good point. Right. For many years, there were parts in Walnut Hills that were like that. And I'm talking about Laritzi Park. So you got these pockets in Cincinnati. It's the same way in Avondale. Avondale has pockets that they call it North Avondale. But here we go with this segmentation again. These division lines. But if you drive through North Avondale, and I'm talking about the Avondale that gets all of the headlines every time there's a shooting or something negative happens, that same neighborhood, right? Avondale. I guess, is that a suburb of Cincinnati? I guess you can call it that. You don't think of it that way, but is that fair? Anyway, you can drive through parts of Avondale and you'll have no idea where the hell you are. You have no idea. You'll be amazed at what you see. This is Avondale. There are parts of like Walnut Hills. Like as you get closer to the Evanston side of Walnut Hills, again, you can turn a corner and you've had 300, 400, $500,000 homes, manicured lawns, the types of cars that just reek of, we're not worried about nothing. And then you drive a block or two around a corner to a minute. That's it, if that long. And you can have folks sitting out on the side of the porch because they don't have air conditioning. Okay, all the kids on the porch. I mean, you're like, that's just how Cincinnati is. That's a very weird thing about us. What other neighborhoods are like that? There's parts of Westwood that are like that. There's parts of Westwood that are like that. Like, there are streets in Westwood, you drive down, you're like, what in the hell? Wow. Uncle Phil must have a mansion around here somewhere. Wow, this is cool, right? And then you turn a corner, go through a light, and boom, you got cats posted up at the Quickie Mart. All kind of just, if you want to call it ghetto-ish going on, but ghetto stuff going on. I'm keeping it real. I'm not mixing my words or mincing my words. I'm keeping it real with you. You know it's true. Deanna writes, she's charging 30 G's for a handshake. Seemed like it should be reversed. 10K for handshake, 30K for a picture. Hell, if I could afford meeting her, I would go to the cheap route because a handshake don't mean anything, but a picture is worth 1,000 words. Yeah. I'd like to meet Hillary Rodham Clinton. That'd be cool. Looks like she's on her way to being the first female president. So we've had the first biracial, and in many cases, people just say black president, and now the first biracial president. The first female president. Not only is she coming, but she's coming with Elizabeth Warren. Remember John from Princeton, New Jersey? John, for many years, we had a running debate. He called me not too long ago. I think I shared that with you. And he's still as obstinate as ever. I said, John, you going to vote, man, after all these years? Man, you know me, man. I mean, just sounding just like John. If she gets Elizabeth Warren, I don't know what it is, this obsession with Elizabeth Warren. I think it's deeper than politics. I do. I thought it was sexual myself, but he's talking about high heels and things like that. I'm like, come on, John. Come on, buddy. Bring it back to politics. Nathan Ivey with you. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Much more right after this.
Okay, so Sarah, I'm dropping you off at Emily's?
Yep.
And Josh, you're going to?
Soccer, Dad. Soccer practice.
Right. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know when I pick you both up, I'll be wearing my short shorts.
What? No!
Yep, and my dorky dad hat, and I'm going to do my dad dance for all your friends. They'll love it!
Seriously? Why?
Because I like my short shorts. Of course, I could be talked out of it if you guys would just buckle up your seatbelts without giving me a hard time.
It's important to get your kids to buckle up for safety, no matter what it takes. And sometimes, all it takes is your parental powers of persuasion.
Okay, we're buckling up.
See, all buckled.
Good choice. I'll just have to do my dad dance at dinner time. What?
No!
Do what you have to make sure your kids are wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckle.
Did you see the big parade yesterday? Cleveland, downtown Cleveland. It was nuts. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of wish that I was there. Just to see it all. They're saying it was about 1.5 million people that showed up yesterday in downtown Cleveland. And it was, I watched much of it. It was huge. There were people everywhere. Everywhere. There are people hanging out at the top of buildings. What appeared to be a parking garage. You know how these have these parking garages that can be 4, 5, 6 stories tall. People were hanging out like it's a window. And it's all about LeBron James. That's right. And you had the whole team was there, right? And I watched I don't know if it's a speech, but I watched LeBron James. He was on the stage. He had the microphone as he was talking about all of his individual players and teammates and all of their contributions. I thought he did a fantabulous job. It was great. And you had some of the players that decided to not have shirts on, which the media made a big deal about. I don't understand it. They got it like that, man. They got it like that. Just run a world championship. You're in the NBA, so you built like a Greek god. And show it off. I get it. That's you. I don't care. But it was huge. It was huge. Do you have any family members? Were you there by chance? I know we have some folks from Cleveland.